Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us all. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, greetings of virtue. The honorable examiners of this final assignment, good morning. In this special occasion, I'm Sindi Noviyati, and a student of Business Education Department, Faculty of Economics, Universitas Negeri Jakarta. I would like to thank to the examiners who have given me an opportunity to present about my thesis, with the title Factors That Influence an Entrepreneurial Intention, Entrepreneurial Education, Family Environment, and Self-Efficacy. Well, my thesis consists of 5 chapters. The first chapter is Introduction, second is Literature Review, the third is Research Methodology, fourth, Finding and Discussion, and the last is Conclusion and Suggestion. Okay, go ahead. Let me show my virtual presentation. Okay, this is my virtual presentation, and I would like to inform you. The title is Factor Affecting Entrepreneurial Interest and Entrepreneurial Education, Family Empowerment, and Self-Efficacy. Okay, next. And the advisor is Professor Dr. Karyohana M. And the 12 is Nadia Fadila, FSPD MPD. Okay, chapter 1. In this chapter 1 is preliminary. The ideal national economic progress can be seen from the achievement of macroeconomics data such as low unemployment and community prosperity, which will increase GDP as well as household income. However, the number of entrepreneurs in Indonesia in 2021 has only reached 1.65%, according to the BPS 2021. The number of unemployed in Indonesia is 9.10 million people, with the highest number of unemployed coming from those who graduated from SMK, which is 11.13%, 20 and 21 compared to other education levels. There is a positive and significant effect between entrepreneurship education and entrepreneurial attention about Priscilla et al. And Rembulan and Fancy. According to the Rembulan and Fancy, entrepreneurship education partially affects students' entrepreneurial intention. Another factor that influences entrepreneurial intention is the family environment. This is revealed by Agusmiati and Wahyudi, with the result of research which states that the family environment in the research can be classified as achieving significant results. Another factor that influence entrepreneurial intention is self-efficacy. This is expressed by Johanna 2021 with research results which state that the probability results in 219.957 or below 5% so that it can be accepted, and there is a significant influence between self-efficacy and interest in entrepreneurship. Other studies also mention that self-efficacy affects the interest in entrepreneurship, about Munawar and Suryana 2020. Okay. Then how are the current conditions for student of SMK 50 Jakarta, which is the location of the research? whether the school has been able to produce young entrepreneurs in accordance with the school vision and mission. This is what the researchers will examine in this study. How are the conditions directly in the field regarding the entrepreneurial intention of students? Okay, research goal. This is all of the research goal and 7 point. And the first is, does entrepreneurship education have a positive and significant effect on entrepreneurial intention in students at SMK Negeri Jakarta? Number two, does entrepreneurship education have a positive and significant effect of self-efficacy in students of SMK Negeri Jakarta? And three, does the family environment have a positive and significant influence on self-efficacy in students of SMK Negeri Jakarta? Number four, does the family environment have a positive and significant influence on the entrepreneurial intention of students at SMK Negeri 50 Jakarta? The next, does self-efficacy have a positive and significant effect on entrepreneurial intention in SMK Negeri 50 Jakarta students? Number six, does self-efficacy have a positive and significant influence in mediating entrepreneurship education and entrepreneurial intention in students of SMK Negeri 50 Jakarta? The last one is, does self-efficacy have a positive and significant effect in mediating the family environment and entrepreneurial intention in SMK Negeri 50 Jakarta students? Okay, next. Benefit of research. This is all of the benefit of research. The one is, for researchers as learning materials in the future, namely when becoming a teacher, this research is also useful to add insight. For Faculty of Economics, as a material consideration in curriculum development, also as material for consideration regarding entrepreneurship education given to students. Number three, for business education study program, as a consideration in improving the quality of entrepreneurship education. And the last one is for school for research as a consideration in order to maximize the entrepreneurship education provided to students. Chapter 2, Literature Review. In this chapter 2, Literature Review, I use supporting theory, the theory of planned behavior, or TPB, is one of the models that can be used to access individual interests, and this theory is recognized as the best model for understanding behavioral change and is suitable for assessing entrepreneurial interests. The correct TPB is used to explain behavioral differences in entrepreneurship, as Adzen in 1991 points out. TPB tends to explain all actions that require planning such as entrepreneurship. The next, I use variable Y is entrepreneurial intention. Entrepreneurial intention is an impulse in every individual to do something. According to Agus Miati and Wahyudin, 2018 year, expressing someone's interest or intention is basically accepting a relationship between you and something other than yourself. And the stronger or closer the relationship, the greater your interest. I use variable X1 is entrepreneurship education. According to Putri 2016, entrepreneurship education or training is a process of learning concepts and skills to see opportunities that are not seen by others. In a variable X2, I use family environment. The environment can be interpreted as everything that is around humans and can affect the development of humans' life. The family environment is one of the main factors that can affect a person's growth or development. About Priscilla et al. 2021. I use variable Z is self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is a source of motivation related to an individual's belief in his ability to complete the task at hand. About Martha et al. 2019. Is a literature review. I use researchers about the Mambu et al. 2019. The title is The Influence of Entrepreneurial Knowledge, Primary Experience with Business, Entrepreneurial Education on the Interest of Student Entrepreneurship in UKM, Universitas Samratulangi. And the next one is Wardani et al. 2020 with the title Analysis of Entrepreneurial Interest in Batik Products for Students in the Perspective of Self-Efficacy, Social Capital, and Entrepreneurial Literacy. The next is Agus Miati and Wahyudin, 2018. The title is The Influence of the Family Environment, Entrepreneurial Knowledge, Personality, and Motivation on the Interest in Entrepreneurship with Self-Efficacy as a Moderating Variable. And the last is IDK IGN Stiger in 2018. The role of non-entrepreneurial parents and entrepreneurial education in improving interest of entrepreneurship in high school, 12 students. Theory, framework, and hypothesis development. I use 7 hypotheses. The hypothesis 1 is the purpose of entrepreneurship education is to form individuals with character, skill, and understanding to become entrepreneurs. Is about Arizona 20 and 13. In a study by Mambu et al. 2019, it is stated that there is an influence between entrepreneurship education and entrepreneurial intention. And hypothesis number 2, entrepreneurship education focus on developing knowledge, capacity, skill, and entrepreneurial attitudes and intention in accordance with economic needs. About Norianto et al. 2019, and his research shows that self-efficacy or self-efficacy has a big impact on literacy or entrepreneurship education. In hypothesis 3, the family environment will be able to influence a person's decision, including their career selection decision. Both Wahyuni and Setiani in 2017. The family environment provides experiences and social persuasion that shape personality. Both Ahun et al. 2018. And hypothesis 4, according to Nurianto et al. 2019, the condition of parents and the surrounding environment will be of figure for someone because an interest in entrepreneurship will appear in a person if the environment is supportive, because interest will be formed from the family environment, and entrepreneurship education can take place early in the family environment. Hypothesis 5, according to Ohanu and Okuanya, 2018, explaining that self-efficacy is a strength in a person as a belief to be able to success as an entrepreneur. Students who have self-efficacy to control entrepreneurial factors show higher entrepreneurial intention. And hypothesis 6, according to Indriani and Subowo research, 2019, the results of the analysis show that knowledge about the business to be entered, knowledge of the existing business environment, knowledge of roles and responsibility, and knowledge of management and organization have a direct effect on entrepreneurial intention. And the last one, hypothesis 7, according to Prost TV 2019, when someone wants to do a job or work, someone must ask a good opinion from his family. What kind of job is suitable for him? The result of research from Zayan and Nurkin 2017, state that there is a positive and significant influence on the family environment that is interested in becoming a young entrepreneur through self-efficacy or self-efficacy of 65%. Theory framework. This is how do I make a theory framework in this entrepreneurial education to entrepreneurs interest in uh, about the name hypothesis 1 and entrepreneurial education to the self-efficacy, the hypothesis 2, family environment to a self-efficacy, name is hypothesis number 3, family environment for entrepreneurial interest is hypothesis number 4, and self-efficacy to entrepreneurial interest. The name is hypothesis number 5. Number 6 is how the entrepreneurial education to entrepreneurial interest through the self-efficacy is hypothesis number 6. This is. And the last one is family environment to entrepreneurial interest through self-efficacy. The name is hypothesis number 7. This is what I write in my theory framework. Chapter 3 in research methods. Okay, in my research methods, the types of my research is types of associative research. The data collection is I use questionnaire and literature study. With data type is quantitative data types. Research time. Actually, I have January 20 and 22 until November 20 and 22. The population and sample I used is the population in this study were 11 grade students, totaling 271 people. The criteria for the study who are used as sample are as follows. One is domiciled in the city of Jakarta, 15 until 17 years old, and has attended entrepreneurship education subjects. Data processing, what I use is SPSS version 21 and structural equation model using Amos version 21. My research place is University of Jakarta. Okay, this is an identification variable. Independent variable is entrepreneurship education, is X1, family environment is X2, and dependent variable is entrepreneurial intention or Y, and mediation variable is self-efficacy or Z. Okay, instrument development. This is entrepreneurship education. Entrepreneurship education is a conscious effort made by SMK Negeri 50 Jakarta in instilling knowledge, values, spirit, and entrepreneurial attitude. Priyanto and 20 and 20. This is entrepreneurial education indicators. I use is curriculum, quality of educators, teaching and learning facilities. Next, a family environment. The family environment is the smallest group in society consisting of father, mother, children, and other members, about nursery, 20, and 18. Indicators I use, family environment is 4 is parental support, parents' job, attitudes and treatment of parents toward children, and economic status. Self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is person's self-confidence with the confidence that he is able to complete tasks effectively and efficiently, so that the task carried out produce the desired and positive results. Indriani and Subowo, 2019. Indicators I use in self-efficacy about 3 and pass difficulty level or magnitude, strength of belief atau strength, and the last one is generality atau generality. And the last is entrepreneurial intention. Entrepreneur, uh, Entrepreneurial intention is the tendency of the heart in a person to be interested in creating a business which the organizes, regulates, tax risks, and develops the business he will reach. Purnasari, 2018. Indicators I use in entrepreneurial intention history is feeling attached, feeling happy, and desire. Variable measurement scale. Measurement were determined from each variable using a Likert scale. The measurement criteria used in determining the research score are as follows. Yes, 5 point in strongly disagree is STS, scored 1, disagree, TS, scored 2, doubtful, RR, scored 3, agree, S is scored 4, and strongly agree is SS, scored 5. The analysis technique: test instrument, test validity, test reliability, test structural equation modeling, or SAT. Absolute fit indices, chi-square, probability, MCA, GFI, GFI, semin, DF, TLI, and GFI. This is how measurement I use in goodness of fit indices and cutoff value. Chi-square is expected small, probability under 0.05, MCA is a height of 0.8. GFI is at least 0.19. GFI is no, 0.19. Semin or DF is height of 2 point. TLI in minus about of 0.98, and GFI is under of 0.95. Chapter 4, Respondent Profile. This is my respondent profile in 11th grade SMK Negeri 50 Jakarta. This is until number 7 in 7th class. With the total is 2020. 228. With the percentage is 100%. This is institutional according and finance. About 1 or 2 is the total is 24 or 23. With the percentage is 14 until 15. In online business and marketing, 1 and 2 with the total is 27 until 32. With the percentage is 11.9 until 14. In multimedia, with a total in 33 students and percentage is 14.4. And automation and office governance, 1 and 2 is the higher of the class of third with the total is 34 or 35 with the percentage is 15 or 15.3. Okay. Okay, this is a respondent's gender and respondent's age. With the respondent's gender is man and woman. Man with the total is 14 and the woman is 188 and the total is 228. With the percentage is woman is higher in 82.5 percentage, and the respondent's age is the median or average in 16 years. in 157 with the percentage is 68.9. Okay, this is the trust instrument I use in the validity and reliability test. And the statement in entrepreneurial intention, you in the validity in with the valid statement and valid reliability test is just about 8 with the statement in NB12, I want to be an entrepreneur because I believe in myself. You have a factor loading higher than all. It's 0.811 and Chromex alpha is 0.858. The next is a quality and reliability test in entrepreneurship education. And the statement in valid and reliable is just about 7 statements. Where in statement PK9 in the high car of vector learning and Chromex alpha with the statement entrepreneurship would broaden my horizon for entrepreneurship. With the factor loading is 0.747 and Chromex alpha is 0.799. Okay, this is the factor loading is a higher than others with the under is in PK3 in just only 0.567. Okay, this is the validity and reliability test in family environment. This is 6 statement that valid and reliable in just this is in LK4, LK5, LK2, LK1, and LK7, and the last is LK7, and LK9, sorry, and the last is LK7. The higher statement is LK4 about my parents support me in entrepreneurship with the factor loadings in 0.829 and with the Chromex alpha all of family environment measurement is 0.8313. Okay. The validity and reliability test. The last one is self-efficacy with a 6 statement with the valid and reliable with the self-efficacy in statement SA3 is the higher of the others in I am confident in my ability in entrepreneurship with the factor loading in 0.1815 and with Chromex alpha is the same with factor loading is 0.815. Okay, the next is test hypothesis. My test hypothesis is receive all of us. Okay, just one is rejected. Okay, in the hypothesis one is entrepreneur education to entrepreneur intention with CR. With the number CR is minus 0.77 with the number of P is 0.939 with the result is rejected. This is the CR is too low and the P is too high. And then this hypothesis is rejected. But in hypothesis 2, 3, 5, and 4 is received. in hypothesis 2, entrepreneurial education to add self-efficacy with the CR, with the CR, and with the number of CR is 324, and the result is RESI. In hypothesis 3, family environment to self-efficacy with the number of CR is 472, and the result is RESI 2. Hypothesis 4, in family environment to entrepreneur intention with the CR. CR point is 4.1996, and the result is received 2. And the last is hypothesis 5 with the self-efficacy to entrepreneurial intention with the CR point is 2.891, and the number of P is 0.004, and the result is busy. Okay, the next is a test hypothesis with the standardized direct effect, standardized indirect effect, standardized total effect. This is a test of mediating variable of self-efficacy. Okay, the first is entrepreneur education with the hypothesis 6 to the entrepreneur intention with the number of standardized direct effect F minus 0.008 with the standardized indirect effect 0.154, and the standardized total effect is 0.146, and the description is self-efficacy can be a mediating variable in entrepreneur education to entrepreneur intention. How this is can be a problem. This is a standardized direct effect have a minus point, and standardized indirect effect is 0.100 is not higher too in with the standardized direct effect. It just just effect is 0.146 is too low for the effect of mediating variable. And the family environment to entrepreneurial intention in hypothesis 6 with the standardized direct effect in the 0.60 60 60 okay, sorry, with the 0.660, with the standardized indirect effect is 0.198, and the standardized total effect is 0.8014. In the description, self-efficacy cannot be a mediating variable. Its direct effect is too high, and standardized indirect effect is too low, and this is not be able to affect to family environment and entrepreneurial intention. But I'm sorry for the my argue is before in entrepreneurial education and entrepreneurial intention. Sorry, my fault. This is actually have effect just because not high, but it have effect just about 0.146, but this is an effect to entrepreneur education to entrepreneur intention. If we see in standard direct effect in minus and standard indirect effect is to be a positive. Okay, this is can be a mediating variable. Okay, how about the self-efficacy and entrepreneurship intention? This is standard direct effect in 0.3094, and standard direct total effect is the same about the direct effect. Okay. Okay, the chapter 5 is conclusion. And the conclusion, I have the many points. This The first hypothesis, which states that there is positive and significant influence between entrepreneurship, education, and entrepreneurial intention, is rejected. This is evidenced by the negative result between the variables of entrepreneurship education on entrepreneurial intention. The second hypothesis, which states that there is a positive and significant influence between entrepreneurship education and self-efficacy, is accepted. This is evidenced by the result of a positive and significant analysis between the variables of entrepreneurship education on self-efficacy. The third hypothesis, which states that there is a positive and significant influence between the family environment and self-efficacy, is accepted. This is evidenced by positive and significant result between family environment variables on self-efficacy. The fourth hypothesis, which states that there is a positive and significant influence between the family environment and entrepreneurial intention, is accepted. This is evidenced by positive and significant results between family environment variables and entrepreneurial intention. The fifth hypothesis, which states that there is a positive and significant influence between self-efficacy and entrepreneurial intention, is accepted. This is evidenced by positive and significant results between the variable of self-efficacy and entrepreneurial intention. The sixth hypothesis, which states that self-efficacy is able to provide a positive and significant influence between entrepreneurship education and entrepreneurial intention, is accepted. This is evidenced by positive but insignificant result between the variables of entrepreneurship education and entrepreneurial intention through self-efficacy. The seventh hypothesis, which states that self-efficacy is able to provide a positive and significant influence between the family, environment, and entrepreneurial intentions, is rejected. This is evidenced by positive result, but does not provide a significant influence between family environment variables on entrepreneurial intention through self-efficacy. Okay, that also of us that also all of my presentation about my thesis with the virtual presentation today. Okay, thank you. Let me to close the presentation. Okay, the honorable seminars. I have presented all of the content of my final assignment from chapter 1 until 5. That's all my presentation. Thank you so much for your nice intention. Well, I am ready to answer the question, and I hope I can answer the question from the examiners as well as I can. And thank you.